Ready, set. Here's the word problem. Oh shit. Good. So we've started panicking. That was step one, right? Probably not panicking is more, better.
Somebody needs a little paper.
Okay, so now that I'm not panicking, what's my first step?
Picture.
Breathe.
Oh, and breathe.
Good.
Okay.
Okay, then what?
It'll all be okay.
Read it. Tell myself it'll all be okay. Maybe yes, that's happening. Okay, so there's a rabid word problem is chasing you. That sounds panicky. Breathe. Okay. It can run at 10 meters per second. You can run at 5 meters per second. That's not going to go well. If you have a head start of 35 meters, how long until it catches you?
Not very.
Not very, is probably right. Okay, so after I've read it, what do I need to do? Draw a picture. Okay, so I think that there's me running that way. What else is there?
The rabbit word problem.
There's a word problem. So I think looks like this. It's chasing me.
I think they thought it was a rabbit.
Okay, so it doesn't actually matter, right?
Yeah.
If you draw a rabbit, it'll all still work out. Okay, so there's a word problem, and it's chasing me. And how fast is this thing going?
10
meters per second.
Okay, 10 meters per second. How fast am I
5
going?
meters per second.
5 meters per second.
Plus, we had a head start.
And there's a head start. How do I draw the head start on the picture?
However you want.
Do not draw a head. That is the distance in between the two things, right? How far is that to start with? 35 meters. Okay, now here's the hard part about the distance problems. You have to figure out if they're pointed in the same direction or the opposite direction and what that means. Okay? So I think that I want to talk about this distance in between us, right? You guys see that? How fast is that thing changing?
5 meters per second.
You guys see that?
Yeah.
That's getting shorter, right? At 5 meters per second. You guys see that? And I got that because I took this rate and subtracted that one,
And
right?
that's what's gaining every second.
You guys see that?
Because if it was the same rate, it'd be moving equally, right? But now you're
Exactly.
catching up over time.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
it's shrinking, right, at 5 meters per second. That's this action,
Yeah.
right? If we were both moving in opposite directions, I'd be what?
Gaining.
Adding those rates together. You guys see that? Okay, so you have to figure out whether the rates point in the same direction, in which case you have to do some subtraction, or if they point in opposite directions, in which case you can kind of add. You guys see that?
Yeah.
Okay, so I figured out that the rate is 5 meters per second, and the distance is 35 meters, right? And I'm looking for a time. But I don't know an equation that does this. Do you guys? Does anybody know the equation that I need here?
Distance equals DRT.
DRT, which is, Chloe?
Distance equals rate times time.
Perfect. Distance is rate times time. So right now I know a distance, that's a 35, and that's supposed to be what?
Rate times time.
Rate times time, what's the rate?
5 meters a second.
5, and what's the time?
Seconds. Or what?
Yeah, I don't know what the time is. What are you going to call the time?
T.
I'm going to call it T. Be careful not to make a plus sign.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay?
I do that all the time. My Y's look like 4, so I have to put tails on.
Yeah, careful with your letters, right? Okay, what do I do to solve this for T?
Divide by 5.
Okay, divide by 5. Now I get T is 7.
7
7 what's?
seconds.
How do you know it's seconds?
That's what we're talking about.
5 miles per second. 5 seconds.
Good, your time was
Well, I
in
was giving
seconds
an
because
example,
your
like, is
rate
5
was kind of over seconds. You guys see
Sorry,
that?
not miles.
So what do I write? What's my answer?
7 seconds. Until he catches yours.
Got it.
It
Fight
takes
your own.
7 seconds for the word problem.
Does this count as a quiz?
No,
Damn it.
to catch you.
So you guys, don't worry, it takes him 7 seconds.
Congratulations, you just did a really fun.
Cool? Questions, things, issues? The takeaway from this for the other problems is you have to think about the arrows, whether they agree or disagree. And then you also have to think about this thing. Distance is rate times time. Do not be freaked out when you get decimals in there if you're talking about time in hours. Okay?
Yep.
Cool.
There you go.